times up. All the way on the both sides of my family went there. Grandfathers, uncles, cousins. So my teachers are out here.
What'd you say? She's taking too long. It just takes a long time. Way beyond anything I can do. Smart.
First things first, right? Yeah.
Here to the right.
Parachute with
I came to Alma Meyer House when I came back.
I guess they can see it
Great, I appreciate all the
I guess that's probably
activities you have. All in my hallway.
last month. So he was very lucky.
You talked about that a lot.
It was suspended from stealing over. Everybody introduced here. This is our thank you. We're very proud of the good process. We'll tell some stories.
Can I get up close?
Oh, please.
Nice. See this?
Very nice.
You can probably still fit in it.
I had it on Carolyn, but it didn't flash. No, it's fine. We strike in. Go green.
Weekend before homecoming, filling this up, and we haven't been back into it since. It's very difficult to get in, and we sort of did that on purpose, so people couldn't.
How do you?
Well,
A trapdoor.
the end panels, the glass actually come out, but you have to have special tools to get them out. But we haven't any sign, but it was just right into the hall. It's just like it sure is.
Yeah. Does he know that's up here?
I think he does.
Does he know that's up here?
Let me see.
That's what we call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was that Steve?
Sure does.
I think it's Steve.
Yeah, it is Steve, I think. Sure did. Steve, 67. Andy the guy. There's so many trophies that I get to win.
Smile. You know, on regards, cigarette lighter.
Honor guard. That's good news. They presented there's so much history here.
Who are the swords?
Let's see, this one's mine. This one belongs to Steve Hughes. He's in the picture with the guy over there. And this is Mike Parker. Mike couldn't make it down today. Mike's the one that had the company that built this.
Okay,
Much cheaper, right? Those are 1903 Springfields. That's what we used at homecoming, not these particular. Right, and these are not fireable for anybody getting in there and being able to take it. But, yeah, we're just very pleased.
Mark, did you have the whole reception?
Well, it was several people.
Oh, is that your uniform?
Yeah, that's my father's. Okay. So it's about 50 years old.
So you never went to one?
No.
The stories get mixed up.
Yeah, my father was there.
I didn't understand somebody had. Yeah, right in front of the stage. See if I can get a quick picture. Nicholas, look. There, we lost a couple. Nicholas is standing. Right, one.
Where's the baby?
Should be doing it that way.
Yeah.
We'll get another.
If we could, I'd just like to take just a minute or two, and if everybody kind of come up close, it's kind of hard for me to talk about this, and I get emotional. I'll break down a couple times. Honor guard's always prepared. I would like to introduce these fine people, and again, on behalf of this group, we offer, well, we want to offer our condolences on the loss of your grandfather.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're sorry that you're here because of that, but as long as you're here.
This is a wonderful thing for us to see.
Well, where's Stephanie? Come up here, and you and Nick, please. We would like to get a number of pictures, but I want to introduce you to everyone. Everybody, this is Mrs. Carolyn Fetrow. She was married to Don Fetrow, and we all know the history associated with that. This is Don Fetrow's son, Carolyn's son, Steve, and their daughter Stephanie, and Nicholas, is that right?
Right.
Okay. Well, we're certainly proud of our association with you and your family.
It goes both ways.
This wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for you. It's something's long overdue.
It's just wonderful. Did Norma Marion tell me that this was going to be in the trumpeter?
It is.
It is
yes,
in the trumpeter,
yes.
which we don't have yet, but
There's copies in the office.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just going to kind of go around the horn here and introduce people. This is Ross Taggart.
If they don't mind, I'm not going to ask them how old they are, but what year did they go to Wentworth?
Okay, well, I'd like to introduce them.
68, 71.
And that was under Mark.
Okay.
Like manner.
Yeah, well, let's just have everybody introduce yourself. And
Jim Crosby, and I went from 53 to 56. This is my wife, Danita.
Mark was there 65 or so.
Dwayne Hurlbert, I graduated in '73. I can't say how many years I've been here because there's too many. My wife, Jeannie.
I'm John Oliva. I graduated in '71. I was here for 7 years. I'm a member of Brad.
Yeah, too.
I don't think we have to talk
I'm Bill
about this.
Molyneux. This is my wife, Sweetie Face.
The general.
That's right, General.
The general.
I'm Jason Molyneux. Welcome to the Sun.
I'm Dave Tennant. I was here 61 to 63.
I think possibly everybody here had a class, probably Jim too, under their father.
Under my dad.
Yeah. I know I have some funny stories, but we won't talk about them. Well, Mark. Mark got in trouble.
Something with a Bunsen burner, maybe?
They're always trying to cook stuff there. That's all in the chemistry class.
Well, I said that one of the things my dad said that he was glad he left here. Nobody blew up the chemistry lab before he left, so cute. And I have to say one more thing about Mr. Molyneux. We call him Mr. Molyneux. About 2 years ago, I came to the alumni reunion, not this last big one, but a couple of years ago. He's the only guy I know that could have his uniform on from a number of years ago, and he could still fit into that uniform. Now, that's saying something for a guy.
Okay, I'm doing good. I haven't had used this yet. Ross,
I guarantee you, I couldn't get it.
Oh, I mean, that's what I'm saying, that was a real feat.
Weight just shifts a little bit, that's all.
Yeah.
Not only did it shift,
You helped me coordinate through email a great deal, and it's just greatly appreciated. The Alumni Honor Card, which is represented here, is pleased to present this certificate to Mr. Stephen Fetrow in honor of Cadet First Lieutenant Don Fetrow. And we're making you lifetime charter member of the Honor Guard Association.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Mrs. Fetrow, we'd like to present you with a certificate of appreciation for the best. I won't read all that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then I think we have one more here. And also, with great pleasure, we'd like to make you a lifetime charter member also of the Honor Guard Association.
I need to interrupt you. You always use the term one bar none. And I don't know what that means.
Well, it's actually 1 minus 0.
But is there a real meaning?
Well, there is. And Dad could probably tell you a story, but we don't have time for that long. It means really number one, bar anybody.
Bar none.
Right, bar
Okay,
none.
all right.
And it, there's kind of a long story to it back in World War II. Now I'm going to do it. This gentleman that Dad was training in World War II actually said, you need a motto, and he did like that, and Dad didn't know what he meant, and it actually was one or none. And he kept it, and I guess used it back in the 40s, or did you start that in the 60s?
45.
45, so the very first.
I thought it meant there was one bar here at one time. It's good enough to me.
Well, thank you, because we didn't really, I wasn't sure exactly what that stood for.
A lot of people ask us that. But, I was rummaging around, like I tend to do, and we found some things. These will end up in the display case eventually. Like I was telling Steve, it's very difficult to get in the case, and we haven't been, at homecoming we just locked it up and went with what we had. There's no signage in there really to describe who's who and what's what. That's on our list, and hopefully in the next few months we'll be able to accomplish that. But I thought you'd get a kick out of this. This is a copy, Bob Mackin, who also contributed to this. He's from Springfield, Virginia, not too far from you all. Yes. He and I came down a number of months ago, and we went through every trumpeter we could find. And we copied every Honor Guard article, and we've got those. But this one wasn't an Honor Guard article, but this is Fetrow when she was a younger lady. It talks about you following in your mother's footsteps. And it's unfortunate, but the date got cut off up here.
That might be good. I get that to work all the time. Are you going to let me have?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes. Now this I can't let you have, but I will certainly make copies if you'd like. This is a picture of Don Fetrow's Honor Guard. It's an original.
I've seen that.
And that will eventually go in
Is
the
that why we
case.
take it in this gym?
Yes, it was, down on the far end there, on the east side.
It was a stage.
Right.
Hell, it used to be a stage now.
And,
Be careful.
someone's helped me just hold this. Mom and Dad, we found this. This is a 1949 military ball program, and I just was happened to look through it, and Company C was commanded by Cadet Captain Kendrick Don Fetrow. And I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing that. That'll go in. Sure. It's amazing what we've been able to find.
That's wonderful.
trust me, I'm not trying to brag on this. These are 2 Don Fetrow awards from 1969 and 1970. And this picture is 1969 of your father, your father, your husband, presenting that to me. That's,
Your hair is a little darker now.
But of all the medals I have, these are the most precious. Would you like to see those, Nicholas? Yes, you can touch
30 years ago.
So there's just an awful lot of history.
Yeah, sure is.
Associated. And then I was down at school a while back, and Chris Butler had this picture. I don't know, I assume that's Mr. Fetrow. I never saw him in later years. And I'm not sure where they got it, but Chris Butler gave that to me. And again, Chris Butler works in the development office.
Oh, here?
Yes, here at the school.
Oh, you know, I know where they have those. They have members of the trustees or something, and they have it on the wall.
I see. Okay, so this again, we're going to find a place for that. We'll take this tag off. I don't know if everybody saw that or not. It's very nice. And that's really, I guess, about all I had. But I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing some of that. And if you'd like, I could explain some of this if you have time.
That would be nice, yeah.
I have to tell you a quick story about how Wentworth things stick together. My husband was here in the 40s, and he had a roommate whose name was Sweet Roscom. And my father has just passed away, as you might know. And Sweet Roscom has, through all these years since 1949, been in constant contact with my father. And Sweet lives in Chicago, and my dad either lived here or in Virginia. And he sends him a postcard maybe 5 times a week, and Sweet travels a lot, and he might be in Bangkok, and he sends a postcard that would say, regards. That's all, but it was mail from my father. So that's how ties in Wentworth are made. And just one more little thing about Sweet Roscom. He is sending a young man to Wentworth now whose roommate happens to be Mark's son. So that's another tie that Wentworth has through a lot of years.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that happened the way it did.
It did, absolutely.
Did it just happen that way, or?
Yeah, it was just pure coincidence. Yeah, it's just
Carolyn,
amazing.
the last card we got from Swede said they had just missed the Seattle earthquake by 1 day.
Ooh. And they were on their way to Bangkok or somewhere, unfortunately. Good.
We'd really like to say thanks to Mark, because he put a heck of a lot of time into this. I know all you contributed it, but Mark really spearheaded it. And this wouldn't be here without your dedication.
It was a vision, but you all made it possible. And everybody that ever was in this organization, and I'm talking for every one of these guys, is greatly appreciated. We've never had a place to one central location for all our memorabilia and history. And Casey, can you come up and tell the story about there's an annual formal inspection, which we knew as the annual general inspection, but Casey was responsible for taking these officers around. This happened last week?
Yes.
Well, why don't you explain it? Get over here. Explain to everybody what happened.
Alright, well, I was supposed to show them around inside here in Groendyke and show them each of the display cases in here and just explain a little bit about them and how they got here and so on and so forth. And they were up in the conference room and they came down after talking about, I don't know what they were talking about, but doing it. I was introduced to them and I just kind of brought them along the wall and into each one of these little in-between display cases right here. And they got to Medal of Honor awards. And one of them looked over here, and he just walked over here, and of course the others followed. The other one followed, and then everybody else was in the group followed. They came over here and stood, and I explained a little bit, went from left to right, and they were just saying how how it just kind of put the rest of the display cases to shame and how it looked so much better. And it was just a great touch because when they first walked out right down these stairs, they said, "It looks so different in here." And they saw this, and I explained to them, and they sat here. We were probably here for about 5-10 minutes, just going through everything.
I agree with that. I agree with that. It's wonderful.
Casey's also in the school's honor guard now, so the tradition continues. I thought it might be kind of nice, before you all leave, if you'd do us the honor of letting us take pictures of you in front of the case and with you in front of the case. Could somebody help with the codes? And she, well, and she says actually in pretty good shape. It's unbelievable. They document anything they do. So we had a professional do this, and it'll last for years and years and years.
Did the white gloves come with it? I can't remember.
Yes, yeah, they were the original ones.
I couldn't remember that.
Of course, we got the letter that he wrote to my dad.
Did your dad keep that all those years?
He had it in a scrapbook. One of the things we've realized, the things that are down low that are very hard to read or have a lot of detail, we're talking about building a small kiosk to sit out here with a guest book and to display
those types of things closer up to you.
Exactly. And one of the things that's real exciting that we're going to do is put a computer terminal. So if you want to see an interview with somebody, you just push it. You can watch the silent drill. By the way, did you get a chance to see the interview? Okay. One gentleman, Lyle Putman, he's in the picture. He's the commander. He's in the guard the year after your father was. He's alive down in Sun City, Arizona. He has cancer, unfortunately, and has to go to Boston for treatments. He talks extensively about Fetrow.
I remember.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy.
Who's this the picture?
That's actually the founder of the Honor Guard, Colonel Warren Rupert. He lives down in Albuquerque. He was here for 1 year. He went to school at MMA, or Missouri Military Academy, for 4 years in high school, and just by pure chance was stationed here. He was wounded in World War II on Normandy, and he was a lieutenant at the time, and he's actually he started the Honor Guard as a military police detachment, because the cadets were a little unruly, I guess, and they'd go patrol and they'd go patrol town and write people up, and then when Dad took over, he made him into a drill team, and so he actually is the one credited.
What year was it actually started?
November of 1945. But they really didn't do much that first year, but we're just getting started. Let's see what I talked about. This flag is new. It's from 1995. We don't know where it came from. One of the commandant found it in his office last fall and gave it to us.
It's wonderful for here.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Very nice.
And we have the original Honor Guard flag that's in the picture. It's at Mom and Dad's, and we're going to mount it up on top of the display case so you can see it from a distance.
Enclosed?
Yes, right. In fact, it's in the same kind of wood, the oak wood. It's going to look really neat. This is the helmet's from the 1960s. We called it the Chrome Dome, and some people liked it, some didn't.
They don't use those anymore? Then?
No, they don't. They all kind of disappeared over the years. And then all these trophies, of course, are won in drill competitions or parades. Most of them are first place trophies. The Honor Guards in the early 1980s must have been fantastic because they won all kinds of trophies. This one bowl, this is kind of an interesting story. That was for first place down at the University of Missouri drill meet. Colonel Wyckoff is in the picture. The bowl's actually being presented to him. He was the superintendent. When the Honor Guard left to go to that competition, he told the commander, in fact, he told the whole Honor Guard, bring home the bacon, meaning bring home first place. Well, when they brought it back, Dad put a pound of bacon in. So I'm looking desperately for some fake bacon.
What is this?
That's
Is that a report card?
Well, it's the attendance roster that I kept in 1967. I was the assistant commander, and Mom and Dad kept it all these years, and I just couldn't believe she still had it. So I thought it'd be kind of neat to put in there. It's just anybody that was present got marked in. I guess I got lazy at the second half of the year. I just put a tick mark instead of.
And what's the
Braided.
the braid? Yeah.
That's actually designates honor guard. That's a citation board.
Is it worn under the arm?
Yes,
As
right.
What the old braid used
like
to
the
be?
gold braid.
Yes, exactly. Now, that meant an officer in those days. Today,
Oh,
he's got one on.
He has one, I see. You were asking about the braid, I see, yeah.
So that, the black and white, and you see the colors we chose. This is the actual uniform we marched in at homecoming. So we chose the black and white to go with the citation. Of course, red berets, some like them, some don't.
I like it. I do like it.
Yeah, yeah, it was, we just had a ball. I'll tell you, it was a wonderful year.
It was good.
It was fun. It was just a lot.
Norma Marion is so excited about the whole thing. I mean, about the honor guard part of it. And she said, wait till you see these kids. And she just went
But I'll tell you,
really excited.
people at homecoming, there were hundreds of people in here, and I kind of took a position over there, and I was just watching them, and they would just literally come up and be pointing at things, and you could see the tears in their eyes. So it really means a great deal to anybody that was associated with this unit. Now, some of the big pictures, you saw the one that Dad presented the guide on to Lieutenant Hughes. This one is, Dad had that picture. I don't really know what it was or where it was or when exactly. I know it's in the 40s.
It's like the late 40s.
Yeah, I just liked the idea they were kind of casual in front of the flag. So we blew that one up. And then, of course, we talked about Lieutenant Rupert. He's going to try and come back in October, which I think would really be neat to get he and Dad together.
Yes, yeah.
If they could make it a homecoming, it would be even more special. And then we talked about the lighter that your husband's on the door gave to Dad. This little
Drill and ceremonies.
yeah, that is kind of the drill master's Bible. That's what tells you exactly how to do everything. That's the basics. And everything the honor guard did, of course, was over and above the basics. But that's where it all started.
Man, this is quite a big day, isn't it?
Your father still would have been here, but he was in charge of C Company then. This is
What you want, that's a gadget.
that picture was actually right down there, facing that way.
For video camera.
You can see the way the sun's coming. I just,
On the other side.
Nicholas, get your hand on this.
actually, I'm not sure where that came from.
Yes, it's a cover.
Yes, right. I'm sorry. Right, it's just a kind of now this picture on top is kind of interesting. General Hogue, he was a 4-star general. You probably know the story. Yeah.
Was he the one in the
Right, he's in the civilian clothes. He is credited with saving the last bridge across the Rhine in World War II. There's a movie made, Bridge of Vermont, and he's a Wentworth grad. In fact, his picture there was 4 stars. So, and that's one of those things I need to get later, because people don't know who that is. What else? And then in 1967, everybody that was in the Guard was given a picture and a certificate. That is Lyle Hoffman. That's the fellow. Yes. He sent me that picture, and I thought, it's just a neat picture. We thought we'd put it in.
That could have a little bit.
Yes, right, exactly. And that's a picture of the Wentworth show that they used to have in Municipal Auditorium.
Yes, yeah. Do they don't still do that?
I don't believe that.
That was good publicity.
See if we can get it
I
started.
mean, that really was good
I
publicity.
think they got Weber show back to hands.
Yes. And then, let's see, over here, this is kind of, this is real personal. This trophy is in that picture. This first place in 1966. This gentleman to his left.
Sunglasses on?
Yeah, desperately finding the can. Tried everything. And for some reason, I was holding the guide off. And then my best friend, Winters, was right next to me. But Dad kept all this stuff. So we have a great deal from the 40s and the 60s, because that's when he was here and I was here. But other years, we don't have it.
Kind of lost that.
And so we're putting out
People
figures.
made
I see this.
Yes, right. In 1962, so Wally Potter, he sent me his white, they call it Sam Brown, so he sent that, Dwayne Perlberg. Dwayne, why don't you bring that over a second? Sure. Dwayne, his original sweater that
My brother
he's going to donate that for the display case too. So,
Was your brother here at the same time?
No, he graduated before I did. He graduated in 68 or 69.
They still wear these.
I was in summer camp. He was here during high school. So I went through summer camp, summer school, and then high school. So I'm surprised my mother actually kept it all these years.
well, we know there's other things like that out there, and you're exactly right. When people see this, we hope that they'll say, hey, I've got this. I know there's a lot of trophies resided outside the campus, and we're trying to there's about 3 times as many trophies downstairs. We won't drag you down there, but they were just in a place where nobody
But
could
at
see.
least they kept.
Yes. So we're just as proud as we can be. This picture up here, of course, is Dad on the right. The tall gentleman was the guidon bearer. His name was Dale Christensen. We're trying to find him also. He was the first recipient of the contest.
That's 62?
That's the picture you sent me. Yes. And I have a favor to ask.
I was gonna say, he looks so much taller than the
I lost my computer. Everything
Okay.
crashed.
I'll
Could you
resend
send
you
those pictures?
Sure.
I'd appreciate it. I lost everything. But that's a whole other story. And the little fellow there, I shouldn't say little.
You would like that.
Height Challenge. His name's Bob Mackin, and he also donated to the case. He's the one from Virginia. So it's a real Virginia connection here.
Did you say that whoever made the case had a relationship to
Mike Parker, yes, and he's from the 90s. He graduated. I wish he could have come.
But it does their family do this?
Yes, they do this. They also build houses.
How'd you get that picture?
He came down for career day 2 years ago, and I was asked to talk, and he just was happy to ask, and we ended up sitting together. It was just by pure coincidence. And then his family actually built a house that we bought, was living in the Springs. And then we got to talk, and I said, you know, this display case, these guys know, and he said, hey, you guys know.
So it was kind of a chance thing.
It's amazing. All of this is just amazing. And then this was an article from the Kansas City Star in the 1970s.
Showing the trick.
And it talks, it's hard to read because it's so small, but it
Walk in front.
the honor guard was the first ones to go on the show. The Kansas City Star had a deadline, and they couldn't wait around for the
Oh, so
band
they would have-
because the band was late. So we'd go.
So you did all the glory.
It's the only thing we ever got ahead of the band. And then this, I don't know if you saw that
No, I didn't.
pictures.
That's a little much.
It's a little difficult to read reflections. And I put
Get a picture of you by that month. They just did a picture. Need a picture of you two next to them.
Yeah, both of you. You're not gonna be able to read that. Yeah. You wanna get here?
Just tell me your job. Yeah, well, just ask
No,
her.
that was my partner. This from Virginia. He was, mom was to take a picture. It was just like a press opportunity.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Great, thank you. Great, thank you.
But eventually we'll get that little kiosk and we'll be able to touch a screen and you can watch the sign and grill or you can see it. But we're looking at 5 years maybe.
Hey, you got it.
We're going to start.
I told Steve.
No, that's,
I would have never known about
okay, sure. Okay, here we go. Great. And if it's okay, I'd like to get in with you.
Yeah, we'd like that.
Come right here.
May I get,
Yeah, here, let's get.
may I get the
Wait a minute, stay there.
young timer in here? Yeah.
Get the hug. Get the hug. Get in the middle. Get in the middle.
Attorney Mark,
Why don't you stand here too?
Yeah, yeah.
get as close as you
Here,
can.
I'll get a little
closer.
There.